What's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer, and welcome to my daily 5 p.m. video. I want to thank you for tuning into this video. I'm giving away some more silver, folks. My 47K giveaways right around the corner, so make sure you are subscribed and click the bell so you'll get notified when the entry video gets posted, or you might miss it. And also, if you see some Silver Slayer in the comments, it looks like me, the same name, the same profile picture, and they're telling you to text some WhatsApp number, do not listen. That's not me. They are impersonators. They're trying to scam you. I've seen some people fall for it. Be careful, folks. My name looks different than everyone else's in the comment section. My name is highlighted. It does not look like anyone else's. So if you do see me comment, you'll be able to tell if it's me or not. And if you really want to make sure, click on the profile. The fake one will say 0 subscribers. Mine will say 47,000 or whatever. So just be careful. Now, I already talked about what's happening with the price of silver yesterday, right? Why prices are low, how long they'll be low. But that was just my opinion. And I found a really good podcast from Kitco News. They're talking about, is the short-term weakness in silver a cause for concern for investors, right? I mean, what should we be getting out of this right now? Yes, the prices are low. Yes, we could buy our silver for cheaper, but what does this mean? And I do think they bring up some good points that I haven't, and that's the thing. With my channel, I want to give you guys everything you can. I want to give you as much possible information as you can about every situation. And if I don't make some points that someone else does, I want to show you those points, right? It's not just about me. Some people know a lot more than I do, and I want you all to have the best information possible. So I do want to show this podcast. Now, after you like the video, I do love when you all participate. I love when you comment down below. I love when you throw your 2 cents in, your thoughts. It just makes the video that much better, because not only do you have the content that I'm putting out, the comment section is just as educational, which is a beautiful thing. But anyways, let's jump into this.
Hey everyone, welcome in to another daily editorial here on the KE Report. Chad and I are chatting with Craig Hemke, founder and editor of TFMetalsReport.com. Now, Craig, we've talked a lot about gold this week, really over the last few weeks, but where I want to focus, at least initially here, is on silver, because silver has, and we pointed this out, performed better than gold relatively compared to gold, because silver really hasn't gone anywhere over this last about 11-month period where it's been more or less range bound. But you look at the big picture standpoint, and really silver's at levels that I think most investors were hoping for a couple of years ago, when silver was stuck in that 7, almost 8-year trading range in the mid to high teens, couldn't really get over $20, had a little blip over $20 back in 2016, but that was sold off very quickly. Then all of a sudden in 2020, silver broke above $20 and has held mostly a little bit more than 20 the whole way up to $30, but it's also been kind of boring, just moving sideways. Craig, what's your takeaway here from silver? Again, trading at higher levels than we have seen over the last, let's say, 8 years, but still not an exciting market.
Yeah, that's probably the psychology of that is probably the hardest part for most of us, in that absent, what happened in 3 weeks about this time last year. If you could go back to 4th of July or, of 2020, and you said, hey, guess what? On, late July 23rd of 2021, silver is going to be $25. Be like, oh, finally, hallelujah, But with everything that's happened and all the money printing and the negative real rates and everything else, and the fact that in between silver's been to 30 a couple of times, 25 doesn't feel so good.
And he just explained it perfect. He hit the nail on the head, right? If you would have told us last year that silver in July 2021 would be $25, we would have freaked out. Yes, finally, it broke through. It's up to 25. But nowadays we look at 25 and we're like, man, it's low right now. It's because we got desensitized to that $30 price range when most people got in, and most people are talking about it. And we're looking at it from a very narrow-minded point of view. You have to step outside, look at the bigger picture, and realize, you know what? over the last couple of years, silver is up astronomically. I mean, it's incredible to see how much silver is grown. For the last 10 years, the average price of silver has been $15, right? So you got to look at it from that type of perspective more so than, what it was when it was $30 to now. Because in the grand scheme of things, we're investing for years and years. What happens between a couple of months is irrelevant. And especially the psychological approach is important because if you can train your mind or discipline your mind to look at things as opportunistic instead of, glass half full instead of glass half empty, you'll be a much smarter investor. If you have a lot of anxiety, worrying, thinking of the worst case scenario for everything, you're definitely going to have a different type of strategy and outcome rather than someone's cool, calm, collect, thinks at things, rationally, steps back, doesn't freak out, right? That definitely plays a role in how successful you are. Just the type of person you are, your character, that is also important. So maybe practicing, meditation or whatever it is, working on your family issues, a lot of that stuff translates into your stacking because it's all decision making, right? If you're perceiving something or if you see something and you perceive it, that's going to turn into the action of the choices you make and how it plays out for you. So, emotionally attached is something very, very concerning, and that's exactly why. Right, that's exactly why. Because sometimes we're not thinking right. Sometimes, especially with impulse buying and panic selling. But anyways, I like this article so far. They're hitting some good points. So let's keep moving on.
And so that, that's all part of that psychology. And I've been thinking and writing about this lately, Corey, because how is someone supposed to perceive this? And I think maybe in a longer term market view, maybe what I've been discussing this week might be the right way. Maybe it's not. But, you think, as you mentioned, silver was holding $26 as support from 2011 into 2013, April 2013. And then it just collapsed and spent from late April 2013 until late July 2020, more than 7 years, basically in a range, maybe 14 to 18, 15 to 18, whatever. And that, not only was that frustrating for all of us, but it was kind of the new normal, if you will. It was what all of the people that actually involved in the silver market and the silver industry kind of got used to, right? You kind of get lulled to sleep. You get a little complacent. You think that's the way it's always going to be. And why? Geez, after 7 years, you can't help but feel that way. But if you're a silver user, a technology company, a silver investor, a wholesaler, a bullion company, a mint, a bank, you just go down the list, a mining company, when you get used to, let's just call it $16 silver, average price for over 7 years, and then all of a sudden over a period of about 3 weeks, a year ago at this time, you go from 18 to 30. That's a shock to the system. So, I think naturally you might think, well, okay, well, let's just wait to see what happens next, to see if it pulls back, goes back to 18. And so far we haven't. And so what I'm getting at is I think, maybe the right way to look at it, this last 12 months is a consolidation, a reset of what is now the new normal. Okay. All right, well, maybe 25, the range had been 22 to 28, just like the range had been 14 to 18. So now maybe an average price of 25, right where we are, still more than 50% higher than what the average price had been the previous 7 years. It's just maybe what this current phase is, this 12 months, is really just a consolidation, a reset into that new normal. And then we'll watch from here. And I guess the good point is, guys, is that the chart's pretty clear. If we start breaking down through that double bottom of 22 that we saw in the fourth quarter of last year, then we'll know, crap, looks like we're going back to 18. But when we finally do break up and out of and above 28, then we can start, okay, look, that phase is over. Look, we're ready for the next stage higher into the 30s. So, but for now, it sure feels like we are still just kind of getting used to this new normal.
By the way, if you guys were curious where I was finding all these different articles about American Eagles selling out in the first 30 minutes or any of the stuff we just looked at, metalsdaily.com /news/silver news, or just go to metalsdaily.com and then go under silver. It shows every single article about silver each day. So today, the 26th, you can see 7/21/26. So all these articles were written today on silver, probably about 10, 15. There's usually around 10, 15 articles every day written, and it picks up every single article across the internet that covers silver that day. And that's how I make a lot of my videos. I will literally skim through every single article. And that's what I tell you guys, you'll always get the newest, latest information, because on a daily basis, I will go through every single article that has been posted. And I've been doing that for years. So I always covered the newest information, and I'm going to share that with you all. But if you want to take a look at it for yourself, because I don't cover a lot of these articles, I just pick the top one or two that are relevant, that are important that day. But there's a lot of other ones that just aren't worth talking about in a video, or aren't worth making a video out of. So yeah, if you want to check this out, I'll put the link in the description directly to this list. As you can see, I have it on my tabs. So every day I just click the tab. I check out what's the talk of the town about silver that day, and then I'll turn it into a video. But yeah, so they made some really good points. He said it's the new normal, right? $25 the new normal. The days of $20 silver gone. Even the days of $22 silver gone. If it goes to 23, I can guarantee it's going to stay there or higher, because everyone will be buying it up like hotcakes, and you should, rightfully so. But as we advance, with the price of silver, it's building stability. Staying at $25 for this long means it is the new normal. It's built stability. If it would have jumped up to 30 from the Wall Street silver stuff and then fell extremely hard back down, we wouldn't be staying here. But it got to 30, and then it stayed at 27, 26 for a good amount of time. We're talking about months and months, because the Wall Street silver thing happened pretty long ago now. It doesn't seem that long ago, but there's been a lot of time for silver to have opportunity to crash, or to fall, or to drop, or to sell off. But the sell-offs, the corrections, weren't very dramatic, and that's good. That means it's building stability. You never want a price to just keep going up, up, up. Look, it has to go up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little bit, down even more, then up, and then down. And you want it to gradually be going upwards. You don't want it to go up really fast, because then it crashes. See, look, from where it started right there, that rise, yes, it got up to there, but look how fast it went. So it crashed and left at just the same level. See that? Almost identical. That's why you want it to be stable, not just exploding. Just like Bitcoin in 2017, it went from like $5,000 to $18,000 within 6 months or something. And look what happened. It crashed so hard, it took 5-6 years for it to recover. It's because it just went up, 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 up. It needs to go up a little bit, down a little bit. There has to be stability built at these medium levels, because if not, it's just going to crash. And that goes into oversold territory. See, this is overbought territory. When it goes up this fast, people are just buying, and it's just overbought. But then, since it gets overbought, then the correction happens, and then everyone sells, and it goes into oversold territory, and that's usually when people buy again. So buy the dips, sell the tops. Most people buy up here and sell down here. They buy while everyone's talking about it. Hype of the talk of the town is silver. But then when the price is down and everyone's talking negative about it, there's no articles that are positive, they sell. They think they made a mistake, and they sell. Don't buy high, hope it goes higher. Buy low, sell high. Buy the dip, sell the tops. So yeah, I definitely think, and there's a lot more to this podcast, but it's 17 minutes long. I'm not going to have you guys sitting through this entire thing. If you want to check it out, the link will be in the description. But I did like the points they made. I wish I could cover more of it, but this video would just be way too long. And I know you guys don't want to sit through that. If you thought the podcast was that interesting, just go check it out yourself. Do your homework. You know, I always say that. I do that myself. You know, even if I wasn't making daily videos, I would still be using this Metals Daily, this Metals Daily page, and I would still be, you know, seeing what's going on. You know, I might not be skimming through every article to the depths that I am, but I have a channel to, you know, to inform you guys with. But I would still check out the titles. If there's something that stood out to me, I would click on it and I'd read it, you know. But yeah, I really hope that you guys are getting some good insight and some good advice, because right now everything is kind of everywhere. Not only with precious metals, with stocks, with crypto, everything is everywhere. And that's okay, because at least we know that silver stackers are always going to get the last laugh, always going to come out on top, and I can't say that about anything else. Stocks are very risky moving forwards. I just can't see where even Bitcoin sitting at like $30,000, like that's pretty low. I mean, it was at 60,000 and now it's down to 30, and we don't know what's going to happen, especially with a lot of stuff with Elon and with the government's trying to regulate. I mean, that's some scary waters. Now, yes, I still believe in Bitcoin. Maybe not any other coin, maybe Ethereum, but regardless, you know, silver's always the safest, smartest investment in my opinion. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Click the subscribe button. Click the bell so you'll get notified every video that I post. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.